G'day and welcome to Duckzorly Gaming and our ongoing early access series on Penberlan Farm Deluxe, an upcoming map by Dusty Dave Modding. Okay, so when we last left you, I think we're on about the second day of summer, and we said we were going to just come to the next day and do the harvest. Well, it's been a few days since then, and a few things have changed. You may notice our money's changed a little bit. Now, there's a couple of reasons for that. First off is I need to go fertilise some fields, and then I realised that none of the tractors I had thin wheels, narrow wheels. So in my infinite wisdom, instead of actually going and taking one of the Massey Ferguson 7700s and just changing the wheel configuration, I sold them. I sold one of them to start with, and then I bought a John Deere. Yes, I know, I've done it again. This little one here, so a little 7530. So that was all well and good, and I went and fertilised my grass field and the other field. And then I figured, well, you know, I didn't really need that many tractors. So the second MF 770, I sold that as well, or 7700. So in doing that, we then all of a sudden had $230,000. So I thought, well, the next best thing we're going to do was start investing in more fields. So what we actually did is I bought field 15 here. That was 170 odd thousand, so we bought that. So now we've got that field as well. So that was a bit of a bonus coming into this stage of the game. Now really we had too many tractors to start with, and even now I've got 4 tractors. Probably not going to use that many, and I probably could sell one of them off. More than likely the John Deere, because we don't like the green. Anyway, all that aside. So we've now moved in, we're now in our 5th day of summer. 6:30 in the morning, and some of our crops are ready to harvest. So field 7 and field 6 are grass fields, as to is field 12, and they're ready to mow again basically, so we're not worried about those. Field 3 and field 2, they're both ready to harvest, and that's our wheat field and our canola field. So we're going to get those ones in as soon as we can. And field 17 down here, which is what we sowed soybeans in, that's obviously not ready to go and won't be ready to go for a couple more days. So the plan is we're going to go and harvest these 2 fields today, and then move along from there, and then probably go and mow these fields and get some more grass. Field 9, our silver beets, is at 85% complete in its growth stage, so we're not ready to mow that, harvest that. But the thing is, we don't have a harvester as yet either, so we may have to end up leasing the tow behind harvester. So we'll see where we go with that. All right, so in the meantime, we're going to go grab our combine and head on over to the fields and harvest them. Now, being they are so narrow, we are going to need to use the trailer with the header on it, because those gates going up through to the fields and into the fields are very narrow. So some parts of the crop will probably be damaged as we go into them in some occasions, but primarily we should be okay. Okay, now again, I apologise, I'm doing this all on the same night of recording actually, so for the last 3 episodes, and I don't have my wheel, I'm using keyboard still, so I apologise for that, but I'll try and keep it as clean as I possibly can. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we'll flick in without damaging as much of the crop as possible. Now if I flick him out to there, there's method to my madness sometimes. And reverse out. I need to reverse the right way. Alright, there we have it. So now we can unfold the combine, lower the header, turn it on, and we can begin our harvest. I want some straw. Oh, we don't have straw for coal, of course. It's alright. We get straw off our wheat. And we're going to use our Volvo with the AR kit with a tipper, and that's what's going to come and collect all the crop and do the delivery with that. So we'll be good to go after we get our first load ready to go. So it's always nice to reach our first harvest. It's the first real goal, isn't it? At the goalpost. Quite a small combine and a small header, so it will take a few runs around here to get this. So basically I think this episode will be pretty much dedicated to just running this. What we might do though is once I've done, I might do 2 header rows, and then what we might do is put him on hired worker, and then that way we not there's a lot else for us to do. Oh, actually we could go and mow the field while we're waiting for this guy to harvest, so we'll probably do that actually, just to break it up a little bit. So we'll probably head over and mow our field 7, and while we're waiting for this guy to finish harvesting, once we've done these 2 header rows. Pardon me. All right. So I hope you're all doing really, really well, and you're not suffering the battering of any weather or anything like that. I know some parts of the United States have been going through a pretty torrid cold weather season. You know, a fair bit of snow and all that sort of stuff. We're actually having a very warm autumn. Today in particular was very warm. It was like 10 degrees above the average. So it's unseasonably warm in that regard, but we've had a very hot summer. So we're either going to have a very mild winter, which won't be that bad, or we're going to have a terribly cold and wet winter. I'm thinking more the first, but the latter wouldn't be that bad though either. Certainly for our farmers, they need a bit of wet, but they don't need the other sides of the cold. So, but I have to wait and see what old Mother Nature throws at us, I suppose. So as I said previously, the videos, they certainly aren't recorded a day or 2 out from when they get published. Well, not normally. And at the moment, I've got a fairly good back catalogue already loaded up. So I'm about a month ahead across all the videos. And now, with the Pure Farming series, I've now actually basically got to the point where I've got a video coming out, I think almost every night or every day, which is good, but it does mean that I'm very busy in recording that. So basically what I'm doing is I'll sit through a stage where I'll go through 1 or 2 nights where I'll just record a whole pile of episodes. I spend 2 or 3 hours recording episodes on the night, then over the next night or 2 do the editing, and then over a couple of nights, because it takes so long to upload them, to averages about 2.5 hours per half-hour video, I'll upload them and then do the tweaks in YouTube and schedule them up. So like I said, at the moment we're basically well and truly midway through April. Most videos, the reason I'm doing Penberlan at the moment is actually I was falling a bit behind with Penberlan, because I didn't want to get too far in just in case the map was released. I had to make a bit of a change. But no, we're about a month ahead, and if you see this any earlier than sort of mid to late April, then it means the map is being released, and I'm bringing the schedule forward purely from the fact of making sure we get most of the early access stuff out of the way. And then, depending upon if there's any changes to the final map, which I don't think there are, Dusty Dave hasn't sort of told us there are any changes to what was submitted, then we'll continue on from there. But obviously it won't be early access anymore, it'll just be the normal map. So that's the plan. That's the plan. But yeah, so at the moment we're still trying to close off Sherwood Park Farm, the 24-day seasons challenge. I've got another 3 or 4 episodes in there to do, to be recorded, that is. I've got 3 or 4 in the can, but a few more to be recorded yet, as we just set this guy up on a hired worker. Okay, so he's off and running. Yeah, so that will be the first one to make way for another series, and that will most likely make way for another pure farming series at this stage. Still have the Valley of the Old Farm series going on. I might move this truck up there so it's ready to go. Yeah, we still have the Valley of the Old Farm series underway, and that's going quite well. I'm enjoying that one. That'll be a longer term one, I think. I'm really enjoying that, so expect that one to be a longer term one. What else we've got? We've got Beaver Creek. That's well underway. And as we turn the engine off, what else is there? Beaver Creek, Sherwood Park Farm, the Valley of the Old Farm. Obviously there's this series. That's it for the Farming Simulator 17 stuff, is it? Pretty sure it is. So that's it. And then there's the pure farming. So yeah. All right, we want the John Deere. I'm gonna go take the mower out. I'm not going to use the Big M today. All right. Yeah, so videos are coming out. Seems to be going okay. The viewing... Oh, okay. Don't know why that was lowered still. Viewing numbers are still okay. I mean, they're not up to the same level as Daggerwood or anyone else like that. But no, we're still happily prodding along, and our subscriber count is slowly going up. We're at I think 314 or 315 or something at the moment, as of today. But now this is only a very light coverage of grass, obviously. But we're going to cut it because we're not going to make any gains during winter. So we might as well get it while we can, so to speak. All right, we'll just close this gate. Okay. Let's mow this in. Yeah, so but we're climbing there slowly, so it's all good. It's not a race, no rush. We're just doing what we want to do at the moment, and being happy with what we're doing. And hopefully the vast majority of you that are watching are happy with watching it as well. So I'm still umming and ahhing about whether we plough this field in. Obviously at the moment it's our biggest grass field. So that sort of leads me to more of not ploughing it in, from the perspective of once we do have sheep, we're going to need a constant supply, a semi-constant supply and resupply of grass. So I don't know. We may not plough it in. We may just leave this as the primary grass field. I would like to buy, I think it's field 20, one of the new fields over the back end. I would like to have that as one of my grass fields over the far western side of the map. So we'll have to see how we go. Can't remember how much it was. I think it was about $300,000 for that field. So I'm just going to cut across here so we get all those. Yes, that's the ultimate game is to get those couple of big fields over the far western side. We'd like to have those as soon as we can, but we also got to do things a little bit more strategic and hope that we plan things out nicely so we don't go broke and aren't able to continue on with the farm. As you can see, I left a fair bit of hay behind last time. I'm going to know whether we're going to do this as hay or as grass. Haven't really decided yet. Really, 6.5 dozen the other, because once we put the grass in the storage barns or the storage sheds, that's not a problem. We're not going to lose any of it. So doesn't matter how we store it, other than the fact that the sheep will only take the hay during winter. I think we'll most likely turn to hay. If we had a silage, a bar wrap, we'd probably turn into silage actually, so we could turn a bit of a profit from that. We might have a look at see what price. We might do that actually. We might see how much they are, because now we're pulling in our harvest for our wheat and our canola, which we're going to just sell straight out. We can use the profits from those effectively to buy the baler, the wrapper, I mean, and then further sales of the silage bales will give us more of a boost financially as well. So we might do that. We'll have a look at the wrappers after we finish here. Now we've it's supposed to be a bit overcast later on with today's game day. 6:40 in the morning. We've got plenty of time to go. We are running on 1x speed at the moment. I am sort of accelerating that as I need to, or I feel I need to. At the moment we're going to leave it where it is. Now I haven't got, or have I? Yes I have, there we go. Okay, so our hired hand has almost fully loaded up the case. So we'll have to head over there and unload him. So what we'll do is we'll finish mowing this, we'll drive up to the field, grab the Volvo, empty out the harvester. Is the harvester still running? Must be in the middle of a turn, is he? Can't see him from here. Hasn't moved from 96% yet. Alright, so he's... Oh, was that... There he goes. No, he's moving. He was in the middle of a turn. Obviously having a good brew break while he was having a turn. Alright, so we're almost finished here. Yes, we'll just bale them as grass, and then actually what we might do is we might see how much the coon bale and wrapper is. It might be a cheaper way out in the long run. See how we go. We've got to windrow it first anyway, so. Alright. That's that mode. I would like it if these front deck mowers actually folded up as well, you know, instead of being so long at the front. I don't know if in real life any of them actually do that, but that would be very good. Oh, righto. Don't know what the hell that was. Oh, I know what it was. The mower deck wasn't raised again. Alright, so I'll head up here and unload the case. And then we'll head back down, grab one of the other tractors and go and do some windrowing. Alright. And of course he's not on the right side of the field, is he? So what we're going to do is we don't want to damage our crop. We want to maximise the profit we're going to get. So we'll kick him out. And we'll offload. So we've got 6,340, and this isn't going to fit, is it? There's a bit of a problem. Can we get it to do it? Nope. Alright, well that's not going to work. Okay. From a little bit higher up here, maybe. Let's try, otherwise I'm going to have to go get the tipper. Best laid plan of mice and men. Nope. Alright, tractor and tipper time. Oh well, that's a bit of a bummer. So, mental note for self, this is useless to us. Might see if there's a lower profile tipper and the AR pack, which would probably help us. Not sure if he's going to have the guts to do it, but we'll give him a go. Now we should have a tipper in here, I think, yep. Okay. So I'll see how we go with this. Probably should check that beforehand, but obviously with not usually using the smaller harvesters, we're not used to being such a low height from the pipe. Much better. Alright. Once he's offloaded, we'll set him back up again. He'll continue on, and then we'll be good to go. Okay. We'll line him up, send him off again. I'll shut this guy off. Go back over to the John Deere and we'll head over and do some windrowing. how can I get caught on that? All right. Park him away in here. We'll take this little guy out. Now, before we do that, let's have a look. Baling. $135,000, or 54,000 for the bale wrapper, or the Eustace is 42,000. I've got the McHale's. What's the difference between those? Don't know. Let's go the used one. Save some money. So I'll select that. It doesn't matter about the tyres. Buy that. Yes. Okay. Alright, so we're going to have to go collect that from the shop. Whoops. We'll go and do the windrowing, and then we'll go collect that from the shop. So that will be the next episode, actually. Alright, let's change our plan. What we'll do is we'll take the windrow up to the field. Next, what we'll do is we'll annoy the neighbour by using his field. Park the windrow up here ready to go. We'll go and get the bale wrapper and bring that up as well. Just so we can have a look at it before we close off this episode. Alright, but anyway, so thanks for watching this episode. I hope you're enjoying this series. It's a lovely little map. We're enjoying it. Certainly adds some challenges to your gameplay in the fact that being smaller gates, all that sort of stuff, and smaller access points to some of the fields. But yeah, so keep an eye on the mod hub, and hopefully it will be out on the mod hub soon, both in-game and on the Giants website. But we shall see how we go. We'll certainly be continuing this episode and this series. This series will probably get played all the way through to the end, maybe 2 seasons. We'll play 2 full seasons perhaps. So let's have a look. Yeah, it's not in a real good state, is it? Certainly used. That's okay. It hopefully will serve the purpose of what we need it for. So let's find out. Now I didn't even notice whether it automatically is an auto pickup or whether we have to load it. So that'll be the next thing we have to do. So we almost run over the pedestrians. Well, so yeah, so we'll do that in the next episode. So as we're taking this back, I'll thank you again very much for watching the episode and joining us here on Penberlan Farm Deluxe. And I look forward to seeing you back here again very, very soon. So take care of your loved ones and yourself, and have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening or night, no matter where you are in the world. And don't forget the like and the subscribe button. And until next time, we shall see you very, very soon. See you later. Bye.